we've seen the Bills and what Josh Allen has been capable of doing with not a lackluster sense of receiver, but not the top receiving core in the NFL. And to get somebody who can be as explosive as Amari Cooper, who is a true one, can fight for the ball, the things that he's been able to do in his career, I think it's a welcomed addition in Buffalo. I think they were looking for a splash to do at that position. They found a good fit for them and good for both parties, because Cooper wants to be on a winner where Buffalo is, the direction they're trying to head. Listen, the Bills have outperformed what I expected from them so far. Their offensive line is a very good group. They looked explosive even with a second string back last night. They added the addition of Cooper could put them up in that top echelon of the AFC.
Okay, so a lot of people were talking about the fact that they should get Davante Adams. Obviously, he's now a Jet. Do you feel like this is a counter move from the Bills?
Probably, but I wouldn't say it's a counter move. I'm sure they tested the Davante Adams waters, and Adams kind of said where he wanted to go, whether that was going to be to New York or to the Saints because of the quarterback familiarity he had. I think the Bills were doing their due diligence, trying to find the best fit for them as an organization. This is a very sound organization. You think about McDermott and this Bills group, they continue to move forward. And again, this is kind of the downturn for the Bills, right? With Diggs moving on and having to fix some cap stuff, they got some stuff over on the defensive side they're trying to get corrected. But an addition like this, again, I think they're probably the fourth best team right now in the AFC. To get over a springboard over a Chiefs or a Ravens consistently, you're going to need those explosive plays in the NFL. That's where Amari Cooper fits in this. I think it's a good fit for he and the Bills.
Huge day for wide receivers today in the NFL. Thank you so much, Jeff Saturday.
News in the Sports Center. Just hours after the Jets made the deal for Davante Adams, the Bills countered by acquiring Amari Cooper from the Browns, a source told ESPN's Daniel Oyefusi. Compensation still to be determined. An active day in the wide receiver world as we bring in our NFL insider, Dan Graziano. Dan, what more can you tell us about the Bills making this move just minutes ago?
Well, Matt, the Bills needed wide receiver help, but they don't have the cap space a lot of teams have. They couldn't really play in the Davante Adams sweepstakes. The Jets are going to have to pay Davante Adams about $11 million the rest of this year. The Bills can't afford that. Amari Cooper did a restructure on his contract before the season with the Browns that dropped his salary this year down to $1.21 million. So the Bills only have to pay him $800,000 the rest of the year, and that fits into their budget. Big need for them after they traded Stephon Diggs. Haven't gotten what they thought they might get from rookie Keon Coleman. And the Bills needing to add to Josh Allen's wide receiver core as they try to win a fifth straight division title.
So whereas the Jets went to the high-priced jewelry store, you basically said Amari Cooper, a little budget rental for the season. Nothing wrong with that. But as I said, more big wide receiver news. It all started with the Jets trading for Davante Adams. New on SportsCenter. Woody Johnson, team owner. Did Aaron Rodgers have any say in this decision?
Absolutely not.
Why not? Because so many.
No, I make the decision.
Right. But just to get his sense of.
No, I didn't ask him, and the press has written about that, and it's not true. Mm-hmm. He had nothing to do with it. I think he adds to the running game. He adds to he really makes everything. He opens up everything. Particularly having that relationship with the quarterback, that's very important.
By the way, Braylon Allen, 20 years old, running back out of Wisconsin, young. He posted this. I feel like I'm in Madden franchise right now. I would imagine so as a 20-year-old growing up watching these guys. It's Dan Graziano. Dan, what more can you tell us about how this deal went down?
So the Raiders were asking for a second-round pick from interested teams. There was a feeling that they weren't going to get that. The Jets offering a conditional third that could convert to a second under certain circumstances, so the Raiders can kind of claim a win there a little bit. More importantly, the Jets are picking up the whole salary, and the Raiders did not want to pay Davante Adams to not play for them. So the fact that they added a condition that could make it a second rounder, the fact that they were willing to take on the entire remaining salary of Davante Adams' deal, I think that's what got it done. All along in these negotiations around the league, it seemed like the Jets were the favorite, that they were the most motivated. Other teams not willing to give up that much in terms of getting Davante Adams on what probably amounts to a one-year rental, no guaranteed money left on his contract after this year. But the Jets were motivated, and Woody Johnson can say whatever he wants about Aaron Rodgers' influence, but the prior relationship between Rodgers and Davante Adams had a lot to do with the Jets pursuing this deal.
Yeah, second time in as many weeks. He was asked about it. Robert Saleh, did he consult Aaron Rodgers about that? Maybe the most interesting thing I heard from Aaron Rodgers today on Pat McAfee was that he found out about it at 12:45 a.m. So it's been in the